Hello, this is Amir. Today we are going to talk about contributing to an open source project. We will go through it together, step by step, and in the end I have a gift for you. So let's get started. After you found the project you like, the very first step is to fork the project. On GitHub page there is a button on top, and you can also see the number of times this project has been forked. When you fork a project, it will create a full copy of the project on your account. So now if I go to my repositories, I can see the forked project in my account as well. Now whatever you change will be completely on your account and the main project won't be affected. The next step is to clone the project on your local computer. Now that we clone the project, we run the command git checkout master to go to the master branch. If you run git remote v, you can see that the remote address is the address to your repository, not the original one. Open source projects are like live creatures, and they are constantly growing and getting lots of updates. It's important that your forked project stays updated with the original one. And to do that, a lot of developers add a new remote named upstream, and the URL for this remote would be the original project. Git remote add upstream and then the URL of the original project. And every once in a while, they would pull the updates from upstream, then push the updates to their forked repo. You can do that as well if you want, but I personally prefer to do it from my GitHub account. And this is how. I would go to the project on GitHub. You see there is a fetch button here. If there is a new update, you can click on this and it will update your GitHub repository. And then on my local machine, I run git pull. That's it. There is no need to add a new remote and pull and push. GitHub is amazing and has made our lives much easier. Okay, let's continue with our contribution. Create a new branch by running git checkout b and the name of the branch. And then inside this branch you will add your code. Here I only want to change the typo in the file. Then we commit our changes. Here, since it's been only seconds, there are no changes in the main repository. But sometimes you might get a lot of updates. In that case, make sure to go to your GitHub and fetch the updates and pull them on your local computer and your branch. And make sure there are no conflicts between the code you've written and the new changes. Now that you have committed all the changes in your new branch, you are ready to push it by running git push origin and your branch name. Now if you go to your GitHub account, you will see a compare and pull request button. Here you can see that pull request is for which repository. You could also write the description of your pull request. Before you send a pull request, make sure you read the contribution guidelines. Some projects ask you very specific things for their pull request description. That's it. After you send the pull request, the owner will decide if they want to accept it or not. Sometimes they might send you some comments on editing your code, and after that, if they accept it, they can merge your code to the main code. Now it's time for my gift to you. When I was starting to contribute to the open source projects, I was so scared that I would mess something up and no one would ever let me work with them again. And because of this fear, I didn't start contributing to open source for a couple of years. Now, in order to make sure you won't have the same fear, I have created a repository for you to practice. Here you can see the guidelines. All you have to do is to add your name to this file plus a note. After you send a pull request, I will review it and accept it or not. Just a quick recap. We talked about contributing to an open source project. On GitHub, we forked the project. Then we cloned it on our local machine. Then we added a new branch and added our codes. We made sure our code was updated with the original repository. We committed our changes and pushed the files to our online repository. Then we sent a pull request. There is also a project for you on GitHub to practice contribution. And finally, if you liked what you learned, please like and subscribe. That would be a great motivation to do more videos. If you have any suggestions or questions, please leave a comment below and I try to answer them as soon as possible. That's it. Have a wonderful day.